Good morning, welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, TGIF, January the 16th. We're here to look at the rest of the cozy mysteries or anything else that was published this week that we weren't able to look at on Monday or Wednesday. Quick announcements. I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, and they go for 5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project, take a nap, whatever it is that is your self-care. There's 5 hours to do it tomorrow. Lena says, good morning. Well, good morning. How you doing? And good morning, Cajun. I have today off work. Fantastic. It is 19 here, so snuggling in, going to make chai latte after I finish my water, and I have a nice, cozy day. That is so wonderful. I am so happy for you. Yeah, it is very windy. It's cold today. We've been unseasonably warm, but today I think our high is expected in the 30s, but it is so windy out there. Cajun says good morning to Elena. And Elena says, I'm good. Today is Friday, January 17th, and today I will be 16th. I will be buying food at Red Robin for all the January birthdays this month. Oh, nice. And I am super excited for the weekend to come, and next Monday I'm off from work. Yippee! Oh, that's fantastic. Both of you guys are having some good days off. I love that. I don't. I do have to drive through Krispy Kreme on the way to work because it is our receptionist's birthday tomorrow. No. Yes, tomorrow. And so I will be getting some donuts. I don't think I will be having any, but let's see. I think we're at this point in the Cozy Mysteries. Limburger and Larceny by Marissa Masterson. 17th in series. Okay. As winter hangs on in northern Wisconsin, Julia Arnold arrives in Wisteria. She inherits the Clover Blossom Cheese Shop, a place that screams for innovation as well as for her very special brewed coffee. By day, customers come for the coffee and cheeses. That just does not sound really good together. While strangers, and I love both those things, while stranger things happen in the nighttime, from roaches to mice to late-night intruders. Why is someone attacking her business? And what's the deal with the treasure supposedly buried in her basement? Julia has a willing attitude and a well-developed talent for marketing. Her shop should succeed. But when a 100-year-old legend turns her in-store, I think that inn isn't supposed to be there, into a crime scene, she refuses to shrug off the minor vandalisms as mere pranks. With snowy sidewalks, a buried booty, and townspeople who are slow to welcome her, Julia must solve the mystery before her new business dies, just as its previous owner did. What, you're a stranger in town and they're not welcoming you with open arms? How dare they? Do Not Disturb for Good by Tessa Ora, 7th in a Penelope Sinclair cozy mystery. A blizzard outside, a killer inside, and the teas to die for. When Grandma Penelope and Tio, her teacup chihuahua, wait out the storm at the Wintermere Inn, they expect warm fires and cocoa, not a corpse, before breakfast. But I heard about the tea. Arthur Beale is found dead in his locked room, poisoned by the sugar for his tea. Suddenly, this sweet inn feels far less cozy. Vera and Henry Dalton come to rekindle romance, but with tempers flaring, did someone finally snap? CJ keeps hunting for a phone signal, but who's he so desperate to reach? Suspects grow as Patrick fidgets like a man sitting on secrets, and Lydia, the so-called travel blogger, watches details so intensely it seems she's after more than a story. When a second sugar canister turns up tainted, the message is clear. The danger isn't over, and someone is desperate to cover his tracks. Penelope can handle the cold, but if she doesn't get ahead of this killer, things might get icy for her in all the wrong ways. End of that row. Gaten says, yeah, coffee and cheese doesn't sound like a good pairing. Elena says, just picked up Circle of Day by Ken Follett. Ooh. Good author. Last Breath in Lonsboda, Book 3 in the Wandering Walk series by Christina Crane. When Cece and Finn park their food truck in a tiny Swedish village for winter, Cece hopes to finally learn about the grandfather she never knew. The Lonsboda, I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure, Basket Museum is his legacy, and her cousin Anders is eager to share family stories over endless cups of strong coffee. Then the museum's curator dies in what everyone agrees was a tragic accident. Everyone except Cece, who can't stop noticing the silences, the tensions, and the questions no one wants to ask. Between serving, oh dear, Kropkakor to curious locals and navigating the unspoken rules of Swedish politeness, Cece finds herself drawn into 80 years of family secrets. Wartime choices that still divide the community, land disputes that have simmered for decades, and a museum exhibition that threatened to expose truths some people would do anything to keep buried. This isn't just a puzzle to solve, it's a community slowly revealing what it knows, through fika, through food, through conversations that dance around what can't quite be said aloud. With her partner Finn, 3 warmth-seeking cats, in a town that is more welcoming than it first appears, Cece must decide how far to push and whether some secrets are better left alone. I didn't know they had traveling food trucks in Europe. I don't see why not. I just never thought about it. Murder Plays Second Fiddle by Heather Wiedner. Second in the Pearly Girls mysteries. Event planner Cassidy Jameson and her not-so-helpful sexagenarian staff of Roxy, Kate, Eileen, and Ruth Ann are up to their elbows with a high school reunion committees constantly changing requirements for an event that must be the most elaborate and memorable at all costs. When well-known reporter Darcy Branch and former cheerleader Brittany Mahoney are found dead on her property, Cassidy and the gang have to find the killer before the party's over. And the more Cassidy and her Chihuahua mix Elvis, why is it always Chihuahuas, dig for clues, and the more deadly secrets they uncover, including one that changes everything she knows about her family's history. The Pearly Girls need to solve the case before the class of 2009 goes down in Ivy Springs history as the deadliest reunion. We're going to skip that one for now and stick with the cozies. Dorothy Comes Home, Is It Love? By Anna K. Payne, 12th in the Emily's Cats mysteries. Dorothy finally comes home from the rehab facility, but not to her house. Ruth has married and is now living next to Emily. She must lift her chin and not complain. Her daughters are doing the best they can. She doesn't want to be a burden. Meanwhile, Emily and Lucas are busy with their 2 wards of the state, Dolly and Mikey, as they move forward in their recovery from the cult-like gang. The specter of the psychopath still at large looms over the children as federal officers get involved in the case. Lola's kittens begin to show their personalities as they reach the age for shots and procedures. Lola experiences a procedure herself. Robbie and Susie discover a new way of communicating, and Susie and Myra watch the romance between Lucas and Emily unfold between work, caretaking, and life. It's the holidays again. Why is this listed in the mysteries? Where's the murder? I don't know. That one might have snuck in. Let's see what this one's about. Critters and Crimes by Elizabeth Pantley, 11th in the Magical Cozy Mystery Book Club series. A quaint riverside town holds many secrets, and the only one who've seen it are all the critters. The book club dives literally into the pages of a cozy mystery. The quirky group must solve the mystery to get out of the book. It's so much fun you'll wish you had a book club like this. No. In this journey, they choose a book set in a lovely riverside town. They land in a charming neighborhood and find they are part of the local book club. They're having a great time, and then a dead body shows up. Of course it does. The clues to what happened come to them in a unique way, via the critters in the house. As usual, the club finds plenty of time to enjoy the unique setting of their journey as they solve the mystery one critter at a time. Okay. Now, this one is not cozy. It is the darker side, but I'm really kind of confused. It wasn't in my initial list of books being published this week, but this author had a huge book last year. First Lie Wins. I read it and it was really good. Why this wasn't like the book of this week, I don't know. But every indication is this is a new publication, not a repub, and it came out this week. I'm terribly confused, but we will look at it. Ashley Elston, again, if you haven't read First Lie Wins, good book. This is Anatomy of an Alibi. 2 women, 1 dead husband, and only 1 alibi. Everyone at Chantilly's bar noticed out-of-towner Camille Bayliss, red lips, designer heels, sipping a Negroni. But that woman wasn't Camille Bayliss, it was Aubrey Price. Camille Bayliss appears to have the picture-perfect life. She's married to hotshot lawyer Ben and is the daughter of a wealthy Louisiana family. Only nothing is as it seems. Camille believes Ben has been hiding dirty secrets for years, but she can't find proof because he tracks her every move. Aubrey Price has been haunted by the terrible night that changed her life a decade ago, and she's convinced Benjamin Bayliss knows something about it. Living in a house full of criminals, Aubrey understands there's more than one way to get to the truth, and she may have found the best way in. Aubrey and Camille hatch a plan. It sounds simple. For 12 hours, Aubrey will take Camille's place. Camille will spy on Ben, and the 2 women will get the answers they desperately seek. Except the next morning, Ben is found murdered. Both women need an airtight alibi, but only one of them has it, and one false step is all it takes for everything to come undone. I was like, meh, but there at the end, that is an interesting take on it. How do you explain that? I would be, up front. Of course, I wouldn't put myself in that situation, but you'd be up with the cop, say, look, we switched places and here's why. But that is all we have for this week. We're not quite up at the levels of pre-holiday, but there's still things for us to look at and read. Well, I was going to say I'm not tempted by anything this week, but she did such a good job last year with that First Lie Wins. But again, I'm really confused why it wasn't like, ooh, she has a new book out. I don't know. I'm not in charge. Well, that is all we have for today. I'll probably let you go early. I've got to pack up a birthday present, get the donuts, get the mail, all before getting to work. So thank you guys for watching. You guys enjoy your days off. Oh my goodness. Cajun, enjoy it today. Cuddle up. Sounds like you've got a good plan. Dozing is good. Sleeping is good. And Elena, enjoy your Monday. Cajun says, sometimes I never know until a book page pops up on Amazon, but that it was even. I know, isn't it weird? I don't know. Have a good day and see you tomorrow. Absolutely. All right, thank you. Again, no sprints tonight, tomorrow, as Cajun mentioned. And next week we'll look at a whole new batch of releases. All right. Be good. Read good books. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless.